All right, extreme weather as we head into next week. Pretty much everything but the kitchen sink. All right, the two main stories, though, is our severe weather outbreak. That's going to be late Monday. As far as west as, let's say, Oklahoma City, Dallas, I-34, I-35 corridor. And then the severe weather threat increases Tuesday night. I don't think we're going to see much in the way of severe weather on Wednesday. So I think it's mostly going to be Tuesday night, but it can break out as early as Monday night along the I-35 corridor. Meanwhile, we're going to have a snowstorm from the northern Rockies into the northern plains on the northern side of that storm. And I will show you where we're looking at a blizzard that's mostly going to be in the northern plains. But this is the overall weather pattern and lots of highlights with this storm. I already went over the severe weather outbreak, or at least the area, and also the blizzard. But also there's going to be a soaking rain with this throughout the Midwest. Also the Tennessee Valley, where we're going to get some much needed rain to help out the Mississippi River, which has been in low water stage since the late summer, early fall. And also along the eastern seaboard, a soaking rain, and we could be looking at a mixed bag of precipitation with this as we get into the latter half of the week across interior sections in the Northeast. That'll be west of the I-95 corridor. But again, two sides of this storm. I want to take the southeastern side of the storm. Look at that strong jet stream coming in out of the west-southwest. So with that jet stream, you have lots of energy, and that energy is going to be almost like a heat pump on the southeastern side of the storm. It's already warm in a lot of the southeast, and that warmth will continue on Tuesday. Look at our high temperatures in New Orleans and Shreveport toward Memphis, and those high temperatures on Tuesday. And what is the average date of when we get those high temperatures? So the story is, while the calendar says it's going to be the second week of December, it's going to feel more like October to early November. So it is quite warm for this time of the year. The other ingredient we have, so we have the wind, we have the warmth, and then we're going to be looking at a lot of moisture coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico, and that's why we're going to be dealing with the severe weather outbreak, we think. Now, once you're in the yellow area, the sum, that means isolated severe thunderstorms. You start getting into the orange, that's where we believe the thunderstorms are going to be more numerous, and we are considering adding a high risk within that orange area. I want to show you where that may be, but I want to show you also why we're so worried about severe weather. We have the warmth, we have the energy, and look at the moisture. That's our moisture content product. So that's showing you through the whole depth of the atmosphere how much moisture do you have. And when you start seeing the oranges and the reds, that's a lot of moisture. So that's why we're zoning in on that area in the Mid-South. But as I mentioned, there's a zone where we're also going to have a unique set of conditions out ahead of the cold front and south and west of the warm front. Out ahead of the cold front in the middle part of the atmosphere, you're going to have the wind coming in out of the west-southwest. And then just south and west of the cold front, or the warm front, I should say, you're going to have the wind in the low levels of the atmosphere coming in out of the south-southeast. So think about that. Southeasterly wind in the low levels, west-northwesterly wind in the upper levels. What happens? The air can turn. So these thunderstorms start to rotate. And that's how you end up getting tornadoes. I want to draw on this a second. It's in this red area that we're most concerned about having tornadoes on the ground. Now, it's a little early in the process, but we want to give you as much notice that this is an area you really have to watch out for. Now, as we get on the northern side of the storm, look what we have here. This will be a blizzard. Grand Forks, Fargo, Aberdeen, Scottsbluff. What's a blizzard? You're going to have 3 consecutive hours where the winds are at least over 35, 40 miles per hour. You're going to have visibilities, and this is the key, a quarter mile or less. So that's what a blizzard is, and when you get those conditions, along with the heavy snow that we're projecting, I suspect there's going to be road closures, interstates 90 and 94 across the Dakotas, and we may get a little chunk of Interstate 80 through western Nebraska and also eastern parts of Wyoming. Now, the snow will also begin to streak to the east later in the week. Wednesday and Thursday, we're not expecting big accumulations with this system across the Midwest, and also in the Northeast, but we are concerned late in the week that there may be enough cold air as that some of this precipitation arrives that we could be looking at some snow or maybe even some ice across interior sections of the Northeast. As I said, this storm will provide everything but the kitchen sink next week. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos here and be sure to subscribe for new content and the latest weather news from AccuWeather.